Frida Kahlo was born on July 6, 1907, in Cocoyon, Mexico City, Mexico. Considered one of Mexico's greatest artists, Frida Kahlo began painting after she was severely injured in a bus accident. Kahlo grew up in the family's home where she was born, later referred as the Blue House. Frida Kahlo, her father, Wilhelm, was the German photographer who had immigrated to Mexico, where he met and married her mother Matilde. She had two older sisters, Matilde and Adriana, and her younger sister Cristina was born the year after Frida. She contracted polio, which caused her to be bedridden for 9 months. While she did recover from illness, she limped when she walked because the disease had damaged her right leg and foot. Her father encouraged her to play soccer, go swim, and even wrestle, an unusual mode for a girl at the time, to help aid in her recovery.
The pictures of Frida Kahlo, evolution of his painting. Although some people argue again that Frida Kahlo truly represents the empowerment of women, the undeniable fact is that Frida took an inspiration for a creative and talented woman with an immense passion for doing what they like to do, without being afraid of being judged. The eternal woman with the flowers of her head and prominent eyebrow is a true example to follow, because although the term art will always be subjective, she could express to broad stroke what words cannot do. Therefore, as a tribute, here we leave some his painting for 1924 to 1954, so you can see how it evolved over the years. Puppetry, 1944. This painting was one of the first works of Frida Kahlo. It was inspired by an Art Nouveau style, very popular during this period. It was painted on a metal serving tray and was a gift for his aunt. On the edge of the tray there is an inscription that says, "For my Aunt Anita, on behalf of her niece Frida." The Broken Column, 1944. A painting too strong and shocking of 1944. When Frida painted this self-portrait, her health had deteriorated to the point of having to wear a steel corset to hold her spine for 5 months. The longest nail that is right in your heart indicates the source of the emotional pain caused by Diego. Live the Life, Watermelons, 1954. This is the last paint of Frida, and they 8 days before her death she ate the inscription "Viva la Vida, Coyoacán, 1944, Mexico." In the book Frida Kahlo Still Lives, the author Salomon Greenberg suggests that "Viva la Vida" might not have been painted in 1944 and was probably painted in 1942, but the inscription was not included at that time. Feeling that her death was imminent, a few days before her death, for the last time Frida put the brush in the red paint to add the inscription as in it, of which she was saying goodbye.
Her health issues became nearly all-consuming in 1950 after being diagnosed with gangrene in her right foot. Khalo spent 9 months in the hospital and had several operations during this time. She continued to paint and support political causes despite having limited mobility. In 1953, Khalo received her first solo exhibition in Mexico. She may have been bedridden in the time, but she did not miss out on the exhibition's opening. Arriving by ambulance, Khalo spent the evening talking and celebrating with the evening's attendants from the comfort of a four-poster bed set up in the gallery just for her. Khalo's jet was damped, and few moments later, when part of her right leg was amputated, her health issues became nearly all-consuming in 1950 after being diagnosed with gangrene in her right foot. Carlos spent 9 months in the hospital and had several operations during this time. She continued to paint and support political causes despite having limited mobility. In 1953, Carlo received her first solo exhibition in Mexico. She may have been bedridden at the time, but she did not miss out on the exhibition's opening.
Frida Kahlo was a painter who led the Mexican traditions to being recognized internationally. His clothes and his paintings, they are a sample of the traditional iconography. This is seen in works as Autorretrato como Tijuana or in Henry Ford Hospital, being last named a sample of the popular art Mexican known as votive offerings. Besides being a recognized painter, Frida Kahlo was immersed in the political and social field, thanks to the influences of his husband Diego Rivera, whom it supported in some of his murals that vised they were presenting critics to the government and social inconformity. His nationalistic and revolutionary feeling one led her to joining in 1948 to the PCM, Mexican Communist Party, and from there she supported several fakes, especially from his paintings, in works as El marxismo le dará salud a los enfermos and Autorretrato con Stalin. Finally, Frida Kahlo is considered to be an icon feminist, since from his commonness always it expressed the freedom of the woman in the conception of the sexuality and his aesthetics androgynous. From his paintings it sought to show the capacity of the woman in confronting adversities, signs, the abortion, the marriage, the maternity, and the love. Finally, as political activist and painter, it claimed the participation of the woman in these fields, being the first Latin American woman who exhibited his artwork in Louvre's museum.